Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window, and once again, another gorgeous mid to late March day here in north central Washington. This is our Sky-Fi Tower camera looking down at beautiful Rock Island, and I'll tell you what, enjoy today if you have the chance. We just showed you briefly on that slide, but our temperatures and our weather will change as we get into the upcoming weekend, but boy, I hope you had a chance to enjoy the beautiful day today. Notice the green grass on the golf course. That is a great sign for a lot of us, I know that. But as I mentioned, things will be changing this weekend. We do expect cooler temperatures and a slight chance for maybe a rain shower. I think most of those showers will stay in the mountains over the weekend, but no more 60-degree temperatures. We will be back to normal and maybe even below normal into the lower 50s. We'll talk much more about weather coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. It's been a week of slow but steady progress for Rihanna Rosenberg, the 6-year-old girl who fell into an icy Rock Island pond. And over 500,000 new trees have been planted in the footprint of the Carlton Complex fire. But first, we begin tonight. Police swooped in on a house Thursday afternoon near Wenatchee High School that police say had a walk-up window for students to purchase illegal drugs. Both Wenatchee High School and Pioneer Middle Schools were put on modified lockdown at about 2 p.m. while the Columbia River Drug Task Force served a search warrant on the home in the 900 block of Howard Street. Captain Edgar Reinfeld of the Wenatchee Police Department said there was no danger to the students or citizens nearby during the 25-minute shelter in place. He said several residents and other people at the house were detained, and a 17-year-old boy was arrested on drug charges, including unlawful possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute. Reinfeld said searchers found dozens of THC vape cartridges lined up inside the sales window, as well as cocaine, marijuana, dabs, and pills. Well, it's been a week of slow but steady progress for Rihanna Rosenberg, the 6-year-old girl who fell into an icy Rock Island pond. Thursday, surgeons were able to remove a clot near her heart and hope to soon take her off the ECMO currently being used to circulate her blood. That's according to her mother, Becca Shelton. Last Sunday, she said her first words since the accident, responding "sure" when asked a question. Rihanna has been at Seattle Children's Hospital since February 21st when firefighters rescued her from the pond after she'd been in the water at least 20 minutes. Efforts to help her family with expenses on GoFundMe and Facebook have raised more than $10,000. Blue Spoon Yogurt in Wenatchee will be adding to that effort next Tuesday night from 6 o'clock to 8:30 by donating 40% of all sales and tips to the family. Well, in July of 2014, the Carlton Complex fire in Okanogan County consumed over 250,000 acres and became the largest wildfire in Washington state history. Since that time, as part of the Carlton Complex reforestation project, U.S. Forest Service crews have planted over 580,000 conifer, Douglas fir, ponderosa pine, and western larch seedlings in the footprint of that fire. The Forest Service says the planting is critical to watershed health and function, and without this planting effort, it would have taken centuries for trees to become reestablished on that charred landscape. Coming up next, awards were handed out last night at the annual Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce banquet. The agriculture-based business Beta Hatch of Kashmir is one of 6 finalists recently selected to compete for a $100,000 investment award at the Flywheel Investment Conference. And we have the local winner of the National Scripps Spelling Bee. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Hey everyone, so today I'm tackling medical assistant ninja, trying to get that next level career. Man, this dead-end job is holding me back. Decision time, I'm going charter college. Now I'm a medical assistant student. Rocking it? Yeah, earned the President's Award. Score! Took my career to the next level. Hey, I can level up to medical assistant ninja, so can you. Get on it.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington for 34 years. Arctic provides the finest heating and cooling air quality products for residential and commercial customers, along with prompt and professional customer service. Arctic also offers specialty services like custom sheet metal fabrication of ductwork, coil cleaning, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Arctic is available for emergency calls 24/7. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
Welcome back. In another news, Kashmir Valley Bank was named and Chelan Douglas Volunteer Attorney Services Nonprofit of the Year last night. That was at the annual Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce banquet. The event at the Wenatchee Convention Center drew a packed house for an evening of community celebration. The agriculture-based business Beta Hatch of Kashmir is one of 6 finalists recently selected to compete for a $100,000 investment award at the Flywheel Investment Conference. It's coming up on April 18th in Wenatchee. 38 companies from across Washington state applied to compete at the Flywheel Conference this year. The top 6 companies were selected for their unique company and mission. The top 6 represent different industries, company stages, and come from different areas of Washington state, including Redmond, Spokane, Seattle, and Richmond. Beta Hatch grows mealworms for animal feed. The process offers an alternative to fish meal, which is currently a favored source of protein for animal feed. Well, an 8th grader from Chelan Middle School will be representing North Central Washington at the National Spelling Bee in Washington, D.C. this spring. Olivia Strandberg correctly spelled Lahar, Lahar, to win the regional competition at Eastmont Junior High this week. Lahar, by the way, is a fluid mass of volcanic debris. Sarai Roldan Pina, a 7th grader from Clovis Point Intermediate School in Wenatchee, finished 2nd, and 7th grader Carter Lyman from Manson Middle School was 3rd. 29 students, grades 4 through 8, competed. Strandberg advances to the Scripps National Spelling Bee on May 26. It runs through the 31st in the nation's capital. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Dear Mary Maids, please clean the kitchen, and the cabinets, and floors, and the chairs. And I wish you could clean the dog. Colin is now feeding himself. Thanks, Megan.
Hi, Megan. No worries. We got it all cleaned up. Let's hope Colin gets past the spaghetti flinging stage soon. Till then, we've got you covered. See you next time. Merry Maids.
I'm working today.
I've got some work to do today.
Don't forget, I've got some work for you today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Thanks.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in our community.
New beginnings feel great, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Be a job creator. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Central Washington University's award-winning Air Force ROTC detachment is dedicated to preparing its cadets for active duty. Detachment 895, known as the Cascade Cowboys, also gets cadets ready to successfully complete Air Force ROTC field training. In tonight's feature story, a new Central Washington University-produced video highlights the detachment's efforts from the perspective of its cadets.
Watch videos like this.
Cadet 5, take a step forward.
Cadet Cash.
I have a lot of pride being in this program. This taught me a lot of things, not only about the program, about the military, but about myself.
I've learned how to develop myself as a leader.
You know, they stress integrity, be honest with yourself, be honest with others.
Whenever you're able to put this uniform on, when you're able to walk around campus with other cadets, and you have your ABUs or your blues on, it really makes you walk with your shoulders back and stand up tall. It really makes you take a sense of, I'm not just another college kid. I am trying to be in the Air Force, be an officer in the Air Force, and that requires a special human being.
You're part of an organization that protects the values that America was founded upon. That's the whole reason why I joined the program in the first place.
A typical week in ROTC is physical training. That's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And my wake up is about 5:15 in the morning. And we get ready to work out from about 6 to 7 o'clock. And then on Wednesdays, we have a 2-hour lab, and at these labs we practice marching.
Forward, march, 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's like little bits and pieces of kind of like basic training of learning how to be an airman and customs and courtesies, learning how to greet, and just kind of learning how to be a member of the armed services.
At our ROTC detachment here at Central Washington, the quality of instruction is outstanding. The instructors oversee the training, but the training is done by the cadets, the higher junior, senior cadets at that time, because you want to train the cadets to be officers.
ROTC gives you a really cool opportunity to interact with active duty officers who have very diverse backgrounds.
They also bring a lot of energy and passion for what they do that makes it very rewarding for students to come here and know that they're being cared for and that what they're doing and learning is actually meaningful. This program trains and develops them into future leaders in the United States Air Force.
The big culminating event here in Air Force ROTC is kind of between your sophomore, junior year typically. When you go down to Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama, and it's basically a leadership camp for a couple weeks. And you meet cadets from all over the nation, and you work together to earn your rightful passage as a professional officer course cadet, a POC cadet. I graduated, and thankfully this program prepared me for that.
When they talk about the Air Force core values, these aren't just words on a paper. We live them every day. And they're integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do.
You belong here.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And before we get to those details, let's take a peek outside that weather window. Today we're looking down at Rock Island from our Sky-Fi tower camera. And what's encouraging to me as a golfer, or quote, a golfer, green grass on the fairways on the new back nine at Rock Island. And you can see it's greening up nicely all over North Central Washington. The snow is slowly disappearing out there, but all this beautiful warm up that we've had all this week will slowly go away. We will get back to normal, maybe even below normal temperatures, with a couple shots of rain in our next 6 or 7 days too. But before we get to that, let's see how things shaped up for your Friday today. So far today, unofficially, 58 degrees, not quite as that 64 that we reached yesterday. What a day yesterday. 36 our overnight low, just a shade below where we should be. And our normal high is 56, so just slightly above that today. It was just a nice one, wasn't it? 71 is our record high temperature set back in 1978, and our record low 25 degrees in 1994. Still holding steady for precipitation for the year at 2.17 inches. Sunrise this morning was straight up 7 7 o'clock, and the sunset will be at 7:16. Now let's take a look at what we can expect. And as I mentioned, there are couple of storm systems moving our direction. The first one will be tonight at around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, a 30% chance. We're not expecting a big rain out of this. Just some light showers in our late night hours into the early morning of our weekend, and that's about it. It's all from this area of low pressure, which is slowly moving to the north. Partly cloudy and cooler for our Saturday. Just some showers in western Washington and to our south in Oregon. We should be precip free on Saturday as well as Sunday. So if you have some outdoor plans this weekend, by all means enjoy them. We're going to see mostly clear skies on Sunday. Fairly mild temperatures hanging on through the weekend before we do see a cool down next week, and then a bigger storm system begin to move our way on Monday. Here's the area of low pressure counterclockwise, wrapping that moisture right into Washington State. A 30% chance of rain during the day, but as you can see, that goes up to a 90% chance Monday night. We could see up to a 1/4 inch of rain out of this system, and you can see the gold and green color right over us. That's actually some heavy rainfall. We could also see snowfall above 3,000 feet in the Cascades Monday night. For Tuesday then, kind of a break in all the wet weather. We'll see mostly sunny skies. It will be mild once again for Tuesday. And when I say mild, I'm talking lower to mid 50s. Same goes for Wednesday. Partly cloudy skies. We could see an isolated stray shower during the day on Wednesday. Not much to worry about though, with high temperatures once again in the lower to mid 50s. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune forecast. Tonight we'll drop down to another mild one, 39 degrees tonight, 55. So that will start our cool down beginning on Saturday. Not a bad day though. Partly cloudy as well on Sunday, and 54. By Monday, rain is likely. A 30% chance during the day, and as I mentioned, that goes up to a 90% chance on Monday night, where we could see up to a 1/4 inch of rain. Monday, also our coolest day of the entire forecast at 52. 54 then for Tuesday and Wednesday as we get into the next week. A 30% chance of rain on Wednesday, and maybe an isolated rain shower on Thursday. Your high then at 53 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eeric, Grantrom, and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Moving doesn't have to be back-breaking, stressful work. And I don't want you to make a move that way ever again.
Traditionally, you would rent a truck. You would load up your stuff. You would rent a storage unit. You would transport it. And finally, you would unload your stuff yourself. You don't have to lift a finger. We bring the mobile storage unit to you. We drop it off. Then one of our trusted packers can load it for you. We come pick it up and store it securely for you. We bring it back to you. No hassle, no stress.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solion Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers, or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including NCWLIFE, your local TV channel. Give Solion Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy final Friday to you. The Gonzaga Bulldogs had no trouble playing the role of a #1 seed in the NCAA tournament last night. The Zags cruised past Fairleigh Dickinson 87-49. Rui Hachimura led 5 players in double figures with 21 points. Gonzaga led 53-17 at the half. That's an NCAA tournament for most points scored in one half of basketball. The Zags will face Baylor in the second round tomorrow at 4:10 after the Bears beat Syracuse 78-69. Well, on the schedule for today, the Washington Huskies take on Utah State. That game right now on TNT. Meanwhile, the Wenatchee Wild take on Cowichan Valley tonight in Game 5 of their second-round BCHL playoff series. That'll be at the Town Toyota Center. The series is tied at 2-2 after the team split 2 games in Wenatchee and 2 games in Duncan, BC. Puck will drop tonight at 7:05 at the Wolves' Den. After tonight, the teams head back to the southern tip of Vancouver Island for Game 6 on Sunday. Then, if necessary, Game 7 is back in Wenatchee Tuesday night. Now, if you missed Game 2 of that series, you can watch it tonight on the NCWLIFE channel coming up at 7 o'clock. Well, we have a few scores to pass along on the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard from yesterday. First of all, Elmira Cooley Heartline edged Chelan 5-3 in baseball at Mountain Goat Field. In tennis, Wenatchee swept Moses Lake 7-0 on both the girls and the boys' side. The Ephrata girls nipped Cascade 3-2. And in boys soccer, Kashmir beat Omak 4-1. Cascade shut out Toppenish 1-0. Well, Mother Nature finally helped warm things up and melted the snow this past week. This is drone footage by our own Uriah Darby, thanks to Uriah for that, of Eastmont's stadium, their track, their soccer field, and then over to Dan Whitefield where they play baseball. Well, they haven't been able to do so far this year. On the left, that is footage from last Friday, just a week ago. On the right, it's the footage from yesterday. Even though the snow is gone, it's going to take another few days to dry things out enough to be able to play on those fields. Now, meanwhile, the folks up in Waterville have taken a different approach on trying to get their fields playable. They're resorting to extreme measures to get the softball fields and the baseball fields. Thanks to Kimberly Gormley for the video here of a helicopter apparently spreading some fertilizer to help melt the snow and ice. Kimberly posted with this video on Facebook that they hope to be able to play some baseball in Waterville by the end of the season. Good luck there. Well, coming up on the prep schedule, first in baseball, speaking of, Eastmont and Wenatchee will play their doubleheader today. It was scheduled for Dan White Field, but instead will be at Rec Park. The Wildcats will be the home team with the first game underway, the second game coming up following which. Also coming up tomorrow, Manson hosts Oroville in a doubleheader at 11. That's the same start time for Waterville Mansfield at Tenaska with a twin bill. Cascade is at Sultan tomorrow at noon for the first of 2 games against Clover Park. Chelan travels to Quincy for a single game at 1 o'clock, and the snows have finally cleared in Kashmir, so the Bulldogs will host Libertyville tomorrow afternoon at 1. On the softball diamonds this weekend, today it's Ephrata at Chelan for a couple of games. Quincy's hosting Cascade in a single game. Coming up tomorrow, Kashmir at Omak, Okanagan hosting Cascade, Oroville at Manson, and Waterville Mansfield at Tonasket. All those games doubleheaders and all begin at 11 o'clock. There will be soccer both tonight and tomorrow. Eastmont takes its unbeaten record to Davis tonight at 7 o'clock. Wenatchee will be trying to bounce back from Tuesday's loss to West Valley. They'll be at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl tonight at 7 o'clock against Eisenhower. Coming up tomorrow, Cascade travels to Wahluke while Chelan hosts Zilla at 11. Eastmont has a tough road trip at Chiawana tomorrow in the Tri-Cities. That'll be at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The Wenatchee Thunder boys lacrosse team has games tomorrow and coming up on Monday night. They'll host Southridge in a non-league game tomorrow at the Apple Bowl. That starts at 4:30. Then Monday, the Thunder travel to Hanford for a league game at 7 o'clock. A very light tennis schedule this weekend. Kashmir hosts Tonasket today. Then tomorrow, Chelan and Moses Lake are in Sela for the Viking Invite. That begins at 9 o'clock in the morning. The Ray Cockrum relays that normally run on the Wenatchee High School track this weekend have been postponed, obviously because of the snow. There will be other meets coming up tomorrow. Chelan and Cascade will be with a bunch of other teams in Ephrata for the Ray Cross Invitational. That begins at 10. Eastmont's on the road in the Spokane Valley at Central Valley Bears Invite. That'll be at Whitworth College beginning at noon. Well, it certainly has been an interesting training camp for the Valley's expansion indoor football team, the Wenatchee Valley Skyhawks. Shortly after training camp began earlier this month, Keith Evans' title of head coach and GM was reduced to just head coach as the owner, Theo Hall, took over the GM duties. Then Mickey White left the team as its assistant coach and marketing person. Mickey's wife, Susanna, also left the team, leaving as its director of operations, ticket coordinator, and cheer coach. Now assistant coach and director of recruiting, Takashi Walker, has left to take a job in Orlando. Now, despite all of this and all the shakeups in the front office, Theo Hall tells NCWLIFE Channel the team is fired up and ready to play Idaho this weekend. It's the kickoff weekend for the all-new American West Indoor Football Conference. Tomorrow's game kicks off at 5 o'clock at the Ford Idaho Center in Napa. The Skyhawks are scheduled to open its home part of the schedule next Thursday at the Town Toyota Center at 7 o'clock against the Reno Express. Well, the Mariners split squad earned a victory over Cincinnati in spring training yesterday. Yes, it still continues, even though they opened the season against Oakland and Tokyo. Chris Marshall went 2 for 4 with a 2-run home run as the Mariners won 6-3. Cactus League schedule continues today. Seattle hosting the Angels split squad, 6:40 tonight in Peoria. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eeric Grantrom. Have a great weekend. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eeric. We leave you tonight with old video from the once popular Leavenworth Ski Hill. From the 1940s right through the 1970s, the ski hill was enlarged several times and gained a reputation as the most known ski jump in the western United States. Here's a look at ski jumping on Baki Hill, we believe from the early 1970s. Very cool. The most famous ski jumper from Leavenworth is former United States Olympic team member Ron Steele, who was the best placed American jumper in the 1972 Sapporo, Japan Winter Olympics. Remember, if you have a video of the day you'd like to see on the NCWLIFE Evening News, message us on our Facebook page at the NCWLIFE channel. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCWLIFE channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I should say Monday morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great weekend.
NCWLIFE channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and other stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station.
Where will you be a year from now? You could be working as a medical assistant. The Charter College Medical Assistant Certificate Program gets you work ready in 10 months. Add 5 more months to earn an associate degree. We prepare you with hands-on training and support you after graduation with job search help and interview skills. Institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, Charter has been training healthcare professionals for more than 30 years. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Clayton Walker, General Manager at Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Wenatchee, and I'd like to invite everyone to the dealership to see how easy it is to buy your next new or pre-owned vehicle at your local dealership.
And I'm Mick Fabian, General Sales Manager, and we currently have a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles on the lot to choose from, including the 2019 Motor Trend Truck and SUV of the Year.
So come on down to town and let us earn your business in 2019 at 1001 North Miller Street in Wenatchee.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.